everybody. Okay, today I'm just going to channel a message, just a message for human beings for today, and we'll just see what comes, okay? So, I'm just going to relax, and then I'll tell you what the first picture is. Okay, so the first picture that comes to me is, alright, what could only be described as a giant man, but not human. He's, looks like, he's made out of sticks, and he looks like he's as tall as, like, any old tree you would see outside that had been growing for a while, like 100 years, and so that would make him, what, like, 15 feet tall or something, but he's made out of, he looks like he's made out of wood. And they're saying, do you think it's fictional, a fictional character? And I say, yes, he looks like a fictional character. What makes him look like a fictional character? And I say, well, it definitely doesn't look like anything I've ever seen before. So does that make him fictional? And I say, I guess not, but he still looks fictional. He makes me think of a scarecrow, but a giant stick man. He has eyes and a mouth. This is important for some reason. So there's an energy change. So let me wait for this to funnel through real quick. Things just take a moment. Okay, so this stick man, I haven't made a video in a while, so I'm feeling really aloof right now. You're like, just wait, Abby, you can be patient. Alright, so thinking about way too many things at the same time. What is like a classic car in blue? And I'm thinking about something clear with sparkles. Some sort of energy that is clear and has sparkles. And so they're putting all of these, or stringing up all these images onto a necklace. There's some sort of meaning to this too. So I'll just have to go visit the pictures individually, and then we'll learn about each one of them, okay? Alright, so I'm just going to start. So let me just remember, we have a stick guy, we got a blue classic car, and then we have clear sparkle energy. Okay, so, and then we have a necklace. Okay, so let me go and I'm going to check out the stick guy. Alright, I'm actually going to venture to where he is, and he's like standing next to trees, and he's taller than trees. He's like massively tall, definitely taller than 15 feet. Like really, really tall. I guess I don't know how tall trees are. Maybe they're taller than 15 feet. He's like, maybe, let's just throw out a number. Let's just say 30 feet tall. He's like giant, absolutely enormous. I'm like coming up to his ankle, so he's probably like 50 feet tall. I don't know, he's just massively tall, so tall. It's like everything to him is much slower than it is to me. I'm like in fast mode, and he's like grrr, like really slow motion, and his little thinking and processing feels really slow to me. He's just so humongous. There's something very patient about him, but maybe it's just his massive size alters his perception of time. I don't know what it is, but there's something really ancient about this stick man. The feeling is like really ancient feeling, very almost like to revere this giant stick man, super like wise even. But I don't know if it's wise because he's just so patient, and maybe wisdom and patience like kind of do this together. They like come together like that. Am I patient? I'm not a patient person, but maybe I'm okay. Maybe I'm like this wise. I don't know. I don't know. This video just feels like so. This is like not. I don't like it when it's not more fluid. So give me a little bit. I think I'll talk to him and see what he says. Let's see what could I say to him. Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Let's see what he says. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna go hang out with him. He's sitting down now. He's like so slow motion. I'm trying to figure out how he's gonna eat enough food for that body of his, but it's something odd about like I don't know. I'm not getting any information related to this, but it doesn't relate to this, I guess. They're not going to tell me anything. So I just say Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. And we'll see what he says. He's just not paying any attention to me. He doesn't care. He makes me think of like clouds in the mountains. Like, what do clouds in the mountains care about? They're just clouds in the mountains, you know. They're just in their own world of existence, you know. What is he? What is important to him? I don't know. So I'm just gonna knock on his head and then see what happens. He seems really tired, and he's like completely laying down now on the earth like this, just looking up at the sky. So it's like, it just makes me think of how I remind myself to touch the earth every now and then, because we don't actually physically touch the earth ever, and the earth possesses so much wisdom, and we wear shoes, and we don't sit down on the grass, we don't do that ever, and it's so valuable to do that. So he's just laying down on the earth, and then he's just like in a deep meditation, just really like in a constant state of meditation. He doesn't even notice me, isn't paying me any attention. So I'm just gonna lay down too with him and just see what he does. Let's see what I do, I guess. see what happens. So now I can hear clearly. There's birds chirping, and I can feel the sunlight, and it's really warm, and it's just, that is it. Like, that is what this is about. Meditating, being peaceful, not paying attention to distractions, actually ignoring the distractions, and actually laying down on the earth and not moving. And just being in meditation is what this is. Totally peaceful and quiet. Not paying attention to distractions. As you can see, that's not easy for me, because like I just need to laugh a lot more, and then it's hard to get like the silly out, you know, and then to like take things seriously. So but somehow it is I'm like getting into more of a serious method, you know, serious sensation. So let me see. Let's see what happens next. So now everything is going away, and now there's no earth, and there's no sun, there's no, sort of like I'm going to an alternate dimension, which is different than this. I don't even know if it's real or not real, because it is like such a deep meditation that I'm going somewhere. I'm flying in space, and is what it's like, but I can't tell that I'm human or I'm a spirit. So, but nothing matters. I'm just like sort of happy, and I don't know how to describe the emotion. I'm intelligent, and I know what I want and where I'm going and what I'm doing. Although, as a human being, I have no idea what I'm doing or where I'm going. or what I'm looking for, but I seem to know in this state. So I like everything has passed away. Like literally, I don't know if I've died and now I'm going to heaven, or I'm going to the next thing and then my soul is released. I don't know if I'm astral traveling, because it's so different, it's so odd. All I can describe is there's like a fairy princess coming towards me, and I'm in complete darkness, but there's still some aspect of light. It's like, it feels like I'm like a soul, feels like I died, and I died without knowing I was dying, and then and now I'm like entering into this tunnel of what happens after you die. And then there's like, and people like soul or energy or somebody coming to me to guide me to the next thing is the only way you can describe it. It's really odd. Everything is just so peaceful and relaxed, and I'm not used to that, so it's sort of throwing me off. Alright, let's see what happens next. They're like, share the wisdom. You're sharing wisdom, Abby. I'm just like, I guess I'm sharing wisdom. Like, what wisdom? They're asking me, do you know what you've shared so far? And I say, well, obviously this being, there's some realness to this being. And then there's the importance of choosing to actually connect with the earth, to actually lay down, to not pay attention to distractions. You know how many distractions we get in a day? Like, that's constant. It's so constant. Just to even, you have to get your house clean, you have to get groceries, you have to get gas, you have to do all these things to keep up with a day. And so they're just like, all these things just keep piling up. And when do you ever just take the pile and just say no? You can't just do that all the time, You can't just do that. You have to, like, keep up with life. But you have to find, like, why can't this be as important as getting gas? Why can't this be as important as getting groceries? That you would put that on your stack of pile of something you have to do every single day. Like, the most important thing you could do every day, go to a natural place and lay down on the earth. It's funny because I did this one time. Actually, there's like this really awesome tree at Gray's Lake, and I went to it, and I was like in such a high vibrational, freaky way, just so spiritually like altered and changed by this experience I had there, that I had no I like went and lay down, and then I looked up and the sun was coming through the trees, and it was so majestic, and I was in such like an odd, like alternate state of being, and I was just so in a deep meditation even too. I was not in a normal state of mind. Anyway, 2 people came up and actually made sure I wasn't dead. You see, that says something. That says something about how often, see this finger? How often, like this is number 1, how often do people lay down on the grass? They don't do it. So if you see somebody laying down on the grass, your number 2 thought is they must be dead. Like, they couldn't possibly just be laying on the grass, because the most possible scenario is that they're dead. This says something. It says that more people need to lay down on the grass so people don't worry that they're dead. So thank you very much for making sure I wasn't dead, but to those people. But at the same time, it was kind of like, get away from me. I'm meditating right now, I'm not a giant monster man stick creature that people probably don't want to go poke. But but yeah, so that is the wisdom. But let's see the value. They say that is the value of meditation. That is the value of quiet. That is the value of peacefulness. That is the value of choosing to let go of distractions. That is the value of being bigger than the distraction. You see me? I'm the little person trying to get the big guy to notice me, and he won't notice me. And so he is bigger than the distraction. You see? Now we understand. He is so much bigger. He is the mountain, and the clouds even tried to touch the mountain to wake the mountains, but the mountain is still the mountain, you know, and so it is bigger. It is bigger than life itself. To do this is bigger than life itself, to be doing meditation. So clear your head of clouds, clear your head of distractions, clear your head of the little person saying Jimmy crack corn and I don't care. Clear your head of that. Knocking on your ankle. Just let it all go. They're like, you're the perfect person for this. This sharing of wisdom story. I don't like it. I need the giant to notice me. I'm going to keep poking at him until he notices me. But then eventually, see, I'm like, all right, he's not going to notice me. I guess I'll just do what he's doing. So eventually the noise maker does go away, you see. Eventually it does. And then eventually the noise maker starts to follow suit, see. And the noise maker comes and does what you're doing. And now you can feel relief and release, see, from all those sounds. And from the world itself, from what is the exhaustion of life is, that is what it is. A soul that chooses to come to earth chooses to experience the exhaustion of life. You can't come here, even, you know, it's, every spectrum has challenges. Everyone does. Every single one of us. And every single one of us thinks that somebody else has got it better than we got. Thing is, everybody has a hard time. And we're different aged souls. So souls that can tolerate a lot more are going to have a lot more challenge. And then even be able to tolerate a lot more challenge, more so than souls that aren't familiar, you know, are still developing, you know what I mean? What could be hard for one soul is, you know, it could just, the worst thing that happens is there's death. That is the hardest thing for them in that lifetime. That to that soul is harder than some old soul that is dealing with, you know, lives in a ghetto, parents do crack, you know, like, just just layer on the problems, okay? Just start layering them on, and now balance. Who has it easier and who has it harder? You actually can't say. You can't ever say who has it easier, who has it harder. We just stop looking for reasons to look for sympathy. Just love each other. Actually, just love and adore everybody. That's important. So I'm not in the body anymore, and now I am in, I don't know, a dark zone. Woman who's wearing like a blue gown makes me think she kind of looks like even a ballerina, like she's gonna do twirling dance moves or some pretty fluid ballerina moves or something. About her makes me think of ballerinas and fairy princesses and stuff like that. Like Pinocchio has this like fairy godmother with the blue gown. She kind of reminds me of that too. So let's see. I'm in a dark zone, but it feels cylindrical, like a tunnel. Okay, but I don't feel like there's dark. I'm in darkness. I feel like it is bright enough. I can see fine there. So she's. I feel no disturbing energy. I do not feel any concern. I do not feel any disturbing feelings related to the darkness of the tunnel. That's important. There's value in knowing that. There was nothing to be afraid of in the dark in this scenario. So let's see what she has to say. So she's going to speak now through me. Is this what this is about? Okay, let's see what she has to say. So, really sweet. really loving, no wavering, not loving at all, like so kind, is the way she feels. Just like the way her energy is like really meaningful. Man, sort of like this is gonna be hard. So like it's like making me emotional because the meaning is so much. It's hard to like breathe even. Just give me a minute to digest it. So I'm gonna try and explain the meaning is sort of like it's like it's gonna be hard to say. Okay, I will say it. And I don't have any Kleenexes, so but I'm gonna say it anyway. I'm gonna just stop and relax for a minute. I'm just gonna ignore the way this is feeling so I can say this. So it's sort of like, it reminds me of like hard times in my life where you know, I needed this presence to just, I don't, everything about her energy and the way she shares love and attention even, shares attention, is like so genuine and honest and pure. Somebody who sees you and knows what you feel inside and totally wants to evaporate all the pain inside. That's the way she feels. I will get through this. I will do it. It's very meaningful though. So, alright. So let's see. Alright, so this, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep talking to her. She's too much. Alright. I don't think I can do it. I don't want to be bawling my eyes out on a freaking video. It's just, you see what happens when you talk to spirits? See? Now all of a sudden there's meaning and value in life. Now all of a sudden you feel what real love feels like, and it's so hardcore that you can't even digest it without bawling your eyes out. You see? It's so, that is how cardboard life is here. It is so, it's just like dead wood. It's just not even dead wood. It's like, because dead wood is even alive with like rot, you know, it's still decaying. It's just, there's just different, sort of like dry, there's no feeling of real, what makes you feel so, I'm trying to find the words. I don't know. All of a sudden when you know what real love feels like, nothing else matters, you know? Now all of a sudden football isn't so important, and you know, things people care about so much, that, you know, drinking with your friends, these activities are just us trying to get through the day in a world where there is no honest and genuine loving interactions that are taking place. Do you know that that is, we talk to each other, we say hi, how's the weather, you know, how are you doing, the weather, like where is the depth and value and the meaning? I don't know how you would have these meaningful conversations all day long, but there has to be a way to have more value and meaning here. More nourishment is what the word is, they say. Nourishment for the heart, nourishment for the emotions. How do you feed your emotions? With nourishment. You know, you feed your body with, you can choose fruits and vegetables, or you can choose Girl Scout cookies, which I choose Girl Scout cookies, see. They're like my fruits and vegetables. I gotta get my daily intake in. At least 5 cookies a day. So you have to feed your body, but you have to feed your emotions too. How do you feed your emotions with real value and nourishment? Love is what feeds your emotions with real value and nourishment. And so she's making this a very big point. I'm looking at her, and I'm like really distancing myself from her. Don't come too close to me. You mean too much to me, and I'm not crying on this video, and we're going to do this together, but it is not going to be in that way. So she says, wipe the tears from each other's eyes. So what she says, dang it, she's too meaningful. She's terrible. She's too meaningful. I can't stand crying on camera. So she's I'm gonna have to wait a minute to experience anything further from her. Okay, so that's one thing. Wipe the tears from each other's eyes. Okay. Give your heart to each other. Doesn't matter who it is. So society has developed perspectives that vary between each of us. How you evaluate people and what other people are like, what other people believe in, what other people look like. People who have money, you can trust. It's like, well, they are clean, they have a nice car, and they look clean, so I can trust them, right? But somebody who's dirty and doesn't have a nice car, can't trust them, don't look at them. It's just behaviors, you know. It's like, when will we let go of the behavior so that we can nourish each other's emotions? How do you nourish each other's emotions? You actually have to love and care about each other, and actually give to each other, but wholeheartedly be there for each other is what it is. Love each other. This is important. What is showing me? Okay. So in the spirit realm, all right, we love, we actually adore all creations. We don't. How do you analyze another soul? How do you say ew or yeah or whatever? It's a soul, all right. But here in human land, we can be jerks, and we can be self-destructive, and we can be rude, and we can be shy, and we could be all these different emotions, you know. We challenge our souls then to learn how to behave in the physical like we do in the spiritual. In the spiritual, there is nothing holding my soul back from going wherever my soul wants to go. And the thing is maybe exploring this consciousness as Abbey, and my soul is in the spirit world doing things that I don't even know what I'm doing. My soul's doing right now. I don't know what it's doing right now. So you never leave the spirit realm, you know. You're always in the oneness. So I'm trying to make this point as she's coming to me as a soul that I love very much, and she knows me, she sees me. But this is also not only a reflection of what is a loving, nurturing, dear soulmate type of connection, to coming together, to her wanting to nourish my emotions is basically what it is. But also reminding us that that is the challenge here as human beings. The challenge is to override the humanness, to choose love, to give each other a heart. How do you do that? How do you do that? We need to, the more of us who can do it, and now all of a sudden we create a bandwagon. And now everybody wants to do it. Everybody wants to love each other. I was thinking about this. This is off topic, but it's kind of on topic. Because human beings gravitate towards what other human beings are doing. Sort of like insects going to the light. So let's just all go to that light. We don't know. Let's just zap. So we need to make sure the light is actually nurturing and nurturing us back. You know, we need the light to be healing and not destroying. How many lights on this planet can you think of are actually harming us that we gravitate towards? Like drinking, for one. That is a really great idea, but also not so great idea, right? It's the light that zaps us. So one idea I had, it was like, because I'm going through this thing where I still something I think about. I created a video about this, talk about divine feminine and what is a natural female expression, and so in like November and into December, I could not shave any of my body hair. My soul overrides my body, and it tells me that I can't. I was like, razor, I can't do it. So eventually I just throw it away. Like, I don't have anything. I choose to not be a liar. So if I'm the hairy girl now, I am, and I hate it, but I can't not be this because I'm not a liar, and that is why I'm not any of the pockets that those people, those types of girls fit into. But I guess kind of am, but it's like, you know what, I'm a prickly pear, I'm a grizzly bear, I'm a whatever, but I'm not a liar, dang it, I'm not a liar, so I'm just gonna not be a liar and just be as I am. How many girls are not liars in that way? Society inspires us to express ourselves in a certain way that is actually not, is like sort of the light that is zapping us. Women need to actually not be liars about what their natural body looks like, and that's important. That actually is important for also the man to love the woman for her natural beauty. Not for her false, societally created beauty, but her natural beauty. So how do I inspire more women to be like me? How do I do it? And I was thinking, you know what? People love attractive people. People like looking at attractive people. And so if there could be a modeling campaign to get like 50 gorgeous, like absolutely stunning women, and the modeling campaign is actually to use females that are natural to showcase whatever, you know, the style is, whatever they're, some sort of natural, maybe they're wearing like clothing that looks like flowers or something, but they expose their body hair, you know, as part of the actual beauty fashion show. And now all of a sudden body hair is like really kind of sexy because it's on really attractive women. So now all of a sudden human beings can gravitate towards a light that is actually good for them. So we got to manipulate in order to create the right light. It's like how do I help women see the value in this? Well, some people need a little bit of help to see that is okay, and even people that we admire or want to be like are doing it, you know? Can't help that we're humans and we have our vulnerabilities. We all do. They're just different in each and every one of us. So if you're into modeling campaigns and you want to do something, 50 really attractive women, let them grow their body hair out for 6 months and create really awesome clothing that looks like flowers and natural things, and then have the women showcase natural beauty is what it would be. And that's what I was thinking. But it's sort of like this is value. There's important in us choosing to give our hearts to each other and to love each other for being who and what we are. We're a soul, we're in a consciousness. What are we? Are we soul or are we consciousness? We're both. How do we override the consciousness that keeps wanting to like chain us down and not bring us out, you know, in a natural, beautiful, loving, nourishing way? I'm like losing track of where I'm at now, so, but that was important that I said that too. So So, okay, so let's see, where are we at? I'm gonna go back to this fairy, and so there's like this childlike aspect about as a child, you want to be seen, you know, you want people to see you, want people to see how wonderful and special you are, you know. And then you start developing through life, and now you're an adult, so you still also possess this like desire for people to see how special you are. Why can't we just see how special everybody is? I know not all of us have grown up in a way that allows us to make good choices, you know what I mean? But we still have to find a way to love and help each other. The society is what creates the problem. People actually are loving, genuinely loving, and have the ability to be loving people. We have to work on choosing love every single time. It's the only way you can change this flow, this tide of society, right? You have to create a choice to love, and then you have to create a media choice to love. You have to create a bandwagon. You have to create lots of people across the globe on board with doing this. One thing too is creating a like this. These are out there already. People who meditate at the exact same time on the exact same day, so you get like 10,000 people meditating for a cause, meditating for a cause, a good, loving, nourishing enhancement to our planet for all human beings. Imagine if every single human being was meditating for a cause that was positively helping every single human being. I mean, if that were the case, then we wouldn't have to meditate for the cause, because we were already in alignment with believing in the same things. Voting for loving each other, not voting for creating more boundaries that inspire fear and terror. Actually letting you take the eraser and erase out all the lines. We're an Earth. We're a planet. But yet somehow we need fences. It's just, we don't need the fences. I was telling my daughter, we were walking, and it's like, did you know you're walking on a planet? And she was like, wow, I'm walking on a planet. Like, you are. That's so cool. How often do you acknowledge that you're not in Iowa, you're on a planet? That just takes you into a whole new like stratosphere of like thoughts, you know, an idea about being in a universe, and not just being on a planet, like not being in a state or whatever, but being in a universe, you know, where there's Earth, and then, you know, at this stop sign, and then you just go down the street a little bit further, and then you get, you know, to Mars or whatever. And so now we're in a universe, like a galaxy, and then from the galaxy is like all kinds of, like, it just never ends, you know. So we're just really tiny in a big world, a big universe. That's a beautiful thing to be in a universe. And we have to let go of fear, okay? Anything that inspires us to hate, be unsure, be insecure, don't trust, those are bell ringers that you have to ask yourself, why do I fear? Why do I not trust? Why can't I let go of whatever is making me dislike this person that much more? What is it about my learning and my position and what I believe in that I don't trust? Can't open up. This is important. We have to evaluate our logic, which is emotional and which has been triggered by other experiences in our lives. If it isn't love and it is fear, then it has no value. Fear has no value. The value of fear is actually to teach you how to override the fear in order to love. That is the value of fear. So to be stronger than fear, and then now choose love. And see what happens. Have you ever tried it? Have you tried to choose love just to see what would happen? Like, just see what happens. It doesn't hurt to try, right? So, I know, I had these other images, and this is getting to be a very long video. So let me see what else we're talking about here. Alright, so we got a classic card. It's like bouncing up and down, you know, because it's got like hydraulics or something, so it's like bouncing, and then like gorgeous women in bikinis, and it's like a car wash. This is so dazzling and so sort of attractive to to want to be a part of this, like this image, you know. So what is this trying to show us? So you have girls with extremely large fake boobs washing the car in a sexual way. This car that's like not even a normal car because it's got like this souped up like ability to bounce. But there's something so like something so fun about it, you know. But every aspect of this image is just about creating ideas that distract us, that create the distractions. They're the Jimmy Crack Corn, and I don't care, distractions away from actually laying down on the earth and even releasing from the body to go outside and to interact with beyond the humanness, which can be so extraordinary and loving and amazing and more value than anything you could see in that picture. That picture has a sparkle about it, a glimmer of awesome distraction. Makes you want to be there, but that is not the real. That is all fake. That is all fake ideas, creating the little birdie that makes us not pay attention to the act of meditation and depth and value. What is real value? Is it in fakeness, or is it in the actual spiritual? You know, is it in the spiritualness? So now let's see what else. So this like clear sparkle. Let me see. So it's like a waterfall of clear, but it's like so clear. The waterfall is, you almost can't even tell that it is water, and it's sparkling, and so it has some sort of gluey aspect to it, but it's so, like, I've seen this, like the lip balm idea. It looks like shimmery lip balm flowing downward, is how I'm seeing it in my perspective. I mean, it could flow upward, downward, wherever. Flowing to me, I guess, is towards where I am, but it's not falling on me. So let me see it. So I'm going to touch it and see. It is holy. It's like holy water, and it is watery. It's not gluey at all. It kind of looks gluey, but it is not at all gluey. It's almost like baby oil, and it's sort of, so it's got that texture kind of, but it's sort of like watery. Let's see. I'm just interacting with it right now. All I can say is that it is holy. Whatever this is like a very holy value. And it feels holy. Like it exists somewhere where it is holy. I'm waiting for further information on this, or the image to change, and it is not yet. I'm just going to try and drink it and see what happens. So I'm just going to take a cup and then fill it and then drink it and see what happens. So there's nothing that I'm not sure yet. So I'm going to ask him for help. I'm just going to say, I need your help. Okay, so I need help understanding the value of this image. I have touched it, I have drank it. It's like you're asking for help. Like I never asked for help. So this is a big deal. What is an angel coming down now to help me understand? Super happy, like smiling really big. We have to change the image for me to understand it. So now we're digging into the earth, and it is really like moist, but sort of sandy and rocky. So when we dig down, it just makes that sandy noise, and then you just keep digging into like rock, but you can just keep like shoveling the rocks out. Dig deeper, deeper past what you're seeing. You have to dig deeper past what you're seeing, past the gravel, to get to the nougat on the inside. So something about heart, something about the heart, holiness, consuming holiness in order to heal the heart is what it is about. They're saying, how often do we consume holiness in order to heal the heart? Nourishment, again, nourishing emotion, nourishing the heart. The heart too is like a stomach. It needs love. It needs to be fed love, and holiness, sacredness, value. Does the heart need the bouncy car with the chicks with the giant fake boobs? Some people would say yes. Other people would say that I know what is real, and that is not an image of real. The image of real is what is sacred and holy. Transcending the conscious, the humanness, transcending the humanness and going beyond, to see what is real value, see what is not a liar, what is honest, what is the most honest expression. And then in the honest and genuineness, you start experiencing what is sacred and holy. You keep going beyond honest and genuine to experience sacredness and holiness. And then you fill your cup with it, and you drink it and allow it to nourish your heart, is what they're saying, so that you can feel angelic holiness, angelic sort of light, that is nurturing, loving, healing, holding you, is what it is. So loving you, love. So love is the food that we need to consume, and then share with each other so that they can consume love too. So that's it. That's all I got. That is pooping me out. So alright, so that's my video for today, and I hope you liked it. And haven't been able to make a video for a little bit because I've been busy, but I needed to make a video. It's been a while, and it helps me stay just sharing and connecting, and then sharing wisdom that we all need. We all need more wisdom. We all need, even I'm sharing the wisdom as it comes through me, so that I can help others to see in a different way, see, understand, experience in a different way, contemplate their actions in ways that they weren't thinking about it before. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you for watching.